For 2026, my grocery budget is $400 a month. That is only for like food to feed my family, not things like paper towels. Okay, did I achieve it? We're gonna go through my shopping trips for the month of February 2026, and let's see how I did. I will say on these trips, one of my main focuses is real food and then deals. Okay, deals on meat and also deals on things that I know the price of, like baking goods. In this video, you'll see a deal that I got on flour. I believe it's called King Arthur, like non-bleached flour. And I know the standard price and I know the deal price, and I stocked up. So check that out later in the video. For now, let's go ahead and jump into shopping trip number 1.
First trip, Meijer. We are going to start off with the produce. So bananas, $1.60. Red onion, 98 cents. Potatoes, $3.69, and that's 5 pounds. Strawberries, I got 2 of these for $5, so $2.50 a piece. Hamburger buns, $1.59. Bread, $1.99. Rice, $3.59. Pasta, I paid $2.58 for these, and then $2.58 for the next one, and I got 25 cents back on all 4 boxes of pasta, so I did get $1 back. The pork fillet for $5.99, and then a pork tenderloin for $5.99. Salami was $4.19, outrageous. Eggs, $2.49. I like $1.99 better. Chicken breast was $2.69 a pound, or $10.11. This big block of cheese was $7.29. I got some imitation vanilla for $1.99. Does this seem like an accurate price for 8 ounces? Seemed off to me. Chocolate chips, $7.99 each, or $15.98 total. Red pepper flakes for $5.89. Peanut butter, $6.99. Honey Nut cereal, not on sale. My kids just really like it. I started a bad habit. That was $6.99. And then pudding goes in the lunch boxes. It was on sale for 4 for $5. My total for this first shopping trip was $103.62. Trip number 2, also to Meijer. We're going to start off with some produce numbers. I decided not to film the individual items here and just kind of did a haul overview look. So the bananas, $1.15. Cilantro, 89 cents. Onions, I think got rang up twice. I had 84 cents on that and then 92 cents on that. Not sure. Cucumber, $1.50. Jalapeno, 34 cents. Avocado, $3.59. Pink Lady apples, $1.86. We got 2 cartons of eggs for $1.99 each. That is the price I'm looking for, not the $2.50. So that was $3.98 total. Bacon, I did get 5 of them at $3.99, so that was $19.95. I spent about $20 on bacon. Some chicken deli meat for $4.19. Deli meat is crazy. Bologna, I got 2 of them for $5. I got 2 whole chickens. They were discounted super cheap. So the actual cost of them was $5.26 and then $5.14. I went ahead and broke it down by the poundage, and I paid $1.20 a pound and $1.35 a pound on those individually. On Go-Gurts, it was 2 for $5, and then I got $1 back, I believe, on Ibotta. So it ended up being 2 for $4. Mexican cheese was $7.29. I got some dressing for my avocado dip, $2.19 a piece, or totaling $4.38. I got 2 things of rice cakes, totaling $4.98. Oatmeal for $4.69. So on the cereal, I got a little bit confused. I thought the cereal boxes were $1.99 each, and then I was going to get an Ibotta rebate. I ended up, I believe, paying $6.98 or $7. I ended up with like $1 coupon or something like that. And then I believe I maybe got something back on Ibotta. Not exactly sure. Anyway, not as good of a deal as I thought it was. Then flour. So I buy this King Arthur flour. It's usually $11.99. So $12 for this 10-pound bag. It was on sale for $8.79. That to me is pretty good savings. So I got 5 of them. If it were full price, it would have been $59.95. Instead, I paid $43.95. So I saved $16 by going ahead and buying in bulk. Now, I've said before, if I buy in bulk, that does affect my budget. And in a sense, I could give myself some grace. But I went ahead and tried to still stay in my $400 budget. My total for the shopping trip was $132.59. Now, if I wouldn't have bought the flour, it would have been more like $88. So the flour was a huge impact, but this is how I do it. When things are on sale, you want to stock up and buy in bulk. This is how having some money can help you gain more money. Because if I couldn't afford to buy 5 10-pound bags of flour, I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have captured that savings. All right, let's move on to trip number 3 at Meijer. So we got strawberries for $3.99, bananas for $2.75, red onion $1.21, lettuce $2.19. Found a 50-cent coupon. Somebody left it by the lettuce. Love that. Then I got whipping cream, 2 of them at $3.19, so $6.38. Blue Bonnet butter, it was 4 for $5. Went ahead and stocked up on that. Powdered sugar, $3.99. Potatoes, this is a 10-pound bag for $4.49. Ground beef was on sale, so it was $18.35, but on sale it was $13.99. I did the math and it came out to $4.41 per pound, which I think is a good deal for ground beef. Then I got chips, 3 bags for $6. I got tortilla, barbecue, and Ruffles. This shopping trip was $49.49 on the dot. Trip number 4 was to Sam's Club for a couple of random things I needed there, and some of those were like paper goods that I'm not going to show you right now because those do not count towards this budget. I got 2 pounds of strawberries for $5.97. I got yellow potatoes, 8 pounds of them for $4.96. 3 pounds of bacon for $11.96. Animal crackers, $9.98. 8 pounds of frozen French fries, that is $8.58. Usually I make them myself, but my husband's been wanting easy air fryer French fries. Velveeta shells for $14.98 and club crackers for $8.98, totaling us at $65.41 for that 4th trip to Sam's Club. So my final shopping trip, Meijer trip number 5, I did debate on do I want to hit that $400 or not. I actually had people coming over, so I needed a few ingredients and thought, you know what, I'm going to try to hit that $400 as close to on the dot as I possibly can. So I got strawberries. It was kind of a weird deal. You bought one, got one for $1. Bought one, got one for $1. So I paid like $2 and then $1. $2 and then $1. So anyway, I got 4 things of strawberries for $5.98. Banana was $1.26. Jalapeno for 19 cents. Romaine, I got 2 of them for $7.78 total. Pepperoni was $1.99. Mozzarella cheese, $7.29. Heavy whipping cream for $3.19 each, or totaling $6.38. These baking chocolate chips were $9.99, which I believe is a good price. I probably should have bought more, but I was trying to stay on my budget. See, having a lack of money made me not capture the savings I maybe could have. Bread was $1.79, and chips, we got those 3 for $6, like I always tend to get. That total was $49.35. Altogether, I did 5 shopping trips in the month of February, and I spent $400.46. I don't mind that I went over by 46 cents. There's a couple of mistakes that happened throughout these transactions. I think I got charged twice for onions once, and, you know, just different, oh, that coupon didn't work or something like that. Or I got a few bucks back on Ibotta. So it's a wash in the end. I'm very excited that I successfully made it through January and February on my $400 budget. I am realizing, though, that I am running a bit low on meat. So I'm really going to be looking for meat deals in the month of March. Let's do a quick breakdown of my buying categories. So for meat and eggs, that category, I spent $100.23. That is 25% of my grocery budget. For the fruits and vegetables, potatoes, herbs, anything in, you know, the produce section, I spent $63.13, which is 16% of the budget. For dairy, I include real dairy and also non-dairy that I substitute for my child with allergies, so her fake cheese or say like almond milk. That total was $44.63, which is 11%. Baking, which had the really large amount of flour. So for me, it was actually higher than it probably normally would be. Baking was $80.59 or 20% of my budget. Bread, this is bread, tortilla, rice, kind of just that sort of vibe. I spent $34.08 and that was 9%. Random would be things like peanut butter. It was $26.24 for this category at 7%. And then junk, which would be the chips, $49.53 or 12%. Overall, I'm very pleased, very interested in seeing where my money is going, what I'm spending it on, and seeing where I can continue to cut and save.
All right, so those are my 5 shopping trips. Like I said, I spent right at that $400. I am debating, do I carry the money forward when I have extra or not, or just try to make sure I hit that $400? Because if I go way under 1 month, I will struggle in the future months because $400 is a very tight budget. Also, I do find it very interesting to see which categories that money is going into. Trying to keep junk very, very minimal. That's super important, although we do still have to live. So yes, chips are going to happen. All right, how are you spending your grocery budget? Would you be interested in tracking yours? You will spend less if you track it like this. It's a lot of work, but it's very insightful. especially breaking down the percentages. All right, how much are you spending? How large is your family? Leave it in the comments. We're all curious. Also, where are you from? We're in the Midwest. That does make a difference, of course. All right, stay tuned for more shopping trips in the future months. I'm doing this all of 2026. They will be wrapped up in a nice, neat playlist, which I will link down in the description.